What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? So I am so excited to be reviewing this show. I am so excited and glad that this show has finally come to light and we are seeing it. It's based off one of my favorite books. Okay, it's called Our. Oh, let me get myself together because I'm a little excited. It's called Our Kind of People. All right. Let me tell you something. This was one of my favorite books growing up. When I was in high school, it taught me a lot about a different side of black folks that I didn't know about when I was growing up. The bougetto type of black people, the bougie black people, the uppity black people, the elite black people. Bitch, this made me think of Baps. If y'all don't remember that one season reality show called Baps on Lifetime, when it was about the upper class or the elite black people, whatever, girl, and they got that canceled. They got that canceled because we was not here for the attitudes and everything, the elitism that was going on in there. Okay, I remember that. That's around the time when the sorority show came on VH1 too, and they got that shit canceled too. Okay, because the Greeks were not here for it. All right, you are not about to be telling our secrets. Okay, baby. Listen, when we come together, we come together. All right, but if you read the book, first of all, I learned so much. Okay, I learned about the Divine Nine. I learned about the Jack and Jills and the Blue Blood Club and colorism. All right, it was a lot. I just know that I'm so glad that I was born in the family that I was into because I just couldn't put up with that, especially if I would have still had the same person and attitude that I have and outlook on life that I have now and been born there, baby. It just wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't work. I would have been left. I would have been an outcast. Okay, they would have said, no girl, you can't come back here, and I would have said deuces. That's what it is. Okay, I would have been fighting. Dressed on me, no. Okay, I ain't finished society stuff or whatever. But anyway, moving on. It is good to see this show. I'm excited about it. We got Yaya, she's in the main cast. We got Morris Chestnut, Nadine Ellis. It's a lot of people in here. Joe Morton, okay. Papa Pope, okay, and he was giving Papa Pope. I don't know what it was about it, but he was giving Papa Pope when we saw him, okay. At least for me, But the show, this first episode, it was really good. It was really cute. It caught my attention, especially towards the end. Certain things that was happening, it evoked a lot of emotions out of me, and it just made me realize that, yeah, I fight one of these bitches. Why we gotta resort to violence? No, I will cuss one of these motherfuckers out, okay? I don't have the tolerance nor the patience to deal with that uppity shit, okay? No, I just wouldn't be able to fit in. I wouldn't be able to fit in, and I know it. So we get two families, all right? And we get two classes of family. It's about elitism and it's about classism, okay? Within the black community, African community, if you African American community, if you will, I want to say. And so we get Angela Vaughn, played by Yaya. She and her aunt Debbie Morgan. I don't know what her name is. Her name is Patricia. Pat. We're gonna call her Pat. And her daughter Nikki. First of all, when I found out that them was supposed to be auntie, mama, and daughter, I said, wait a goddamn minute. How old is Miss Angela supposed to be? Was she a teen mom? Because she don't look old enough to have no 17-year-old daughter. I said, what y'all trying to say? All right, I said, what y'all trying to say? Black don't crack? Because that is true. Okay, but everybody look good. Everybody look good. It's a black ass cast, and everybody is just okay. But anyway, so we get into it. They going down to this city called Oak Bluff, and I guess it's in Boston. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And they supposed to be there because Angela's mama left her this building. All right, and this is where she's gonna set up operation. And they're gonna get started on her hair care line called Eden's Cove. Okay, the mama did some things and came up with some hair care stuff when she was younger, and so now she's doing the same thing. Angela's doing the same thing. Unfortunately, the mama passed away, and this was left to her after the mama died. They had no idea about it. All right. And so we see them. These are working people, you know what I'm saying? And the mom used to stay down there when she was younger, when Angela was a toddler or whatever, probably around, when she was born, okay? And so she got a little history you know what I'm saying, that she remember being out there. But also she didn't know that she owned the building until after the mama passed away, and I guess the will was left to her. And so we see them. Angela is all about trying to get into this society. What is it called? The Gracities or whatever. Trying to get into this all black women society. It was giving me Sophisticated Ladies, okay, from the Martin episode. Trying to get into this society so that she can get her business off the ground, so that she can get people to be invested, and so that she can grow. You know what I'm saying? She's all about, trying to be a success story on her own, of her own as well, okay? And that means trying to fit in with people that wouldn't try to fit in with her. All right, she's in a whole totally different world, you know. And speaking of that, we get introduced to the other side, the uppity side, okay? And I hope people don't take offense to me saying this, because that's literally what it is. You got your regular black folks that's working and striving to get to where they are, and then you got your uppity black folks that thinks they're a little bit better than other particular people. They're really rich, okay, owning like Fortune 500 companies, and they go to they party these clubs and these social clubs and all this stuff, whatever. And you get this particular family, two big families, black families that have a lot of power, the Franklins and the DuPonts, and they are together because the son, Raymond DuPont, is married to Lisa Franklin. And they have two kids, a daughter named Lauren DuPont and a son named Quincy DuPont. And so we see them already, what they're on. The kids are basically being teenagers, the regular teenagers that they are, on Instagram, putting their outfits up there. Of course, the mama and the daddy got to tell them, this is not what we're about. We're not about flashing our wealth and all this stuff or whatever. Okay. And Lisa, she has a little issue going on with the mom. His mom don't really mess with her like that. And she's still trying to get into good standings with the mama after all these years. You know how it is, okay? That's her son or whatever. So yeah, so she want to become the head of the Gracities because his mother, Raymond DuPont's mother, is the one that's, the head of the chapter, this little society club for the, or I should say social club for the women, okay? And, we get to see that. Meanwhile, as the show progressed, we see that there is a party that's going on later on that night, and Yaya, or I should say Angela, and her daughter goes there, okay? And, they just trying to get the feel of people, get to know people, get their little social, integrate into society. That's what they're trying to do. Let them know that I'm here and trying to learn the ropes and stuff like that. And plus, Angela once again is using this as an opportunity to get her business out there. So while she's at the place or whatever, we see Lance Gross. He's playing this character named Tyreek, and him and Angela, they catching eyes or whatever. And I said, "Ooh, okay, come on, chocolate on chocolate. I like this. All right, we're going to keep an eye on that." And then her friend comes up. She actually knows somebody. Her friend Josephine comes up, okay? And they get to talking or whatever. She want to introduce herself to the host. The hosts are the DuPonts, okay? Raymond and Lisa. And so she goes over there and she's talking to them, and everything is going nice. She's being very nice, very respectful, very graceful, and, thankful for being there. And, the fact that she said something about her hair care line, the eating codes, and Raymond, he was like, that sounds familiar. It was some type of program for small businesses that he had put on that she actually, applied for. And he was like, okay, cool, whatever. You could see Lisa kind of looking like, who this bitch? Okay. And she turned her nose up. The way she turned her nose up at Angela when she was like, yeah, I want to make a little donation or whatever on behalf of my business. Okay. I don't know what that check say. Did that check say like $185 or whatever? It was a little wrinkled. Okay, looked like it could have been a little wet, but it was a little wrinkled. And Lisa gonna look at it and gonna say, the donations is over that way. You could put the donations over there. I said, bitch, untwist your face. Why you gotta look like that? Okay, we ain't gotta be like that to each other. What is going on? I thought this will support black women. What is happening? Meanwhile, as she was walking away, her heel kind of get messed up in the little stones on the floor. And then of course Tyreek is there and they have a little conversation or whatever. And we see that they kind of hitting it off. Okay. So everything is going cool. We see Nikki, she is just, at the bar and she's trying to get something to drink. And the son, Quincy, is there, and instead of getting like a little regular drink, he tells her to get a vodka. He tells the bartender to get her a vodka. Mind you, Nikki got a little past of her own. Nikki got expelled from school from fighting, okay? And we trying to make a new start, all right? And now you up here drinking or whatever, and it was like, no, girl, don't do that. Okay, so while they up there talking and he trying to, they just having regular conversation. He's being really nice to her. And it's almost like, okay, I think them two probably gonna hook up. All right. I can kind of see that happening with the kids. And that's gonna make the story even more interesting because by the end of the episode, we already know Lisa ain't really feeling Angela. And we saw that from the first time that they met, that she wasn't really feeling her, okay? She just knew that something about her just ain't even right with my spirit, just because she don't want it to be right with her spirit, And so when the kids start to link up, of course, it's going to be a mess, It's just going to make the mess even bigger. And so while the son and Quincy and Nikki is talking, here comes Lauren, all right? She interrupts trying to talk about, let's take this picture, whatever, and she comes up there with this other girl named Taylor. Now Taylor, right off the back, she gives me I.E. Cooch vibes. I'm sorry that I said it like that, but that's exactly what she gave me, okay? She gave me androgynous tease or whatever. She gave me all of that, okay? And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna keep my eye on her, because at first I was thinking maybe she was gonna try to hook up with Nikki or whatever, but then some other shit happened in the episode and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't see that coming, but all right, cool. What did she play on? Did she play on Boomerang? Wasn't she a stripper on Boomerang that she was going with Lala character on Boomerang that came on BET? I gotta go look that up. She kind of looked familiar, sound familiar more so. But anyway, moving on from that. So she was like, girl, don't be rude, telling Lauren, don't be rude or whatever. And she was like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? My name's Taylor and Nikki. And so they introduced each other, and Nikki got invited to a party after party that was going to happen later, I guess the next day, and so, she was like, I don't think I'm coming. But, Taylor went on ahead and gave her the address, okay, and the time. So later on, the next day after this party went down, we get introduced to the daddy, okay? His name is Terry. Is it Terry? Y'all, I got the list. Yeah, it's Teddy. Teddy Franklin. Oh, that's my uncle's nickname. May he rest in peace. Anyway, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. Okay, that just made me sad for a second. But anyway, Teddy is the daddy, and he at the company or whatever, telling them what they finna do when they about to acquire this basketball team, and they about to put it in the Franklin Stadium that they're about to build up and everything. And you got Raymond who's sitting there, so obviously he works for Lisa's daddy. And at this point, Lisa had came in and she was a little late or whatever. And when they was clapping it up for him, and the dad, Teddy, had put his hands and his arms around Lisa, and she was like, get your hands up off of me. I said, oh, what is that? What is going on? Girl, when everybody emptied up out that room, Lisa said, bitch, you's a crook. You's a fake. You a fraud and all of this stuff. I know all the shit that you've been doing. You going up with the zoning people and getting all this other stuff. Like, he was cutting corners, all right? Bribing people and everything. And she was like, you know how much trouble you can get into, okay? Baby, at this point, Teddy went into one of his Papa's Pope speeches, okay? I could have sworn if I was not looking at this, I would have sworn that an episode of Scandal was on and I had accidentally turned the channel there, okay? That's what it sounded like, because he read his daughter for filth, okay? Basically, my family came down here and we built this up from the ground up, okay? And ain't nobody taking it from us. You talk about something, you want to be at the table, you can have a seat at the table, but you got to remember that I'm going to always be at the head of this table, okay? That was the gist of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to let this company get ran to the ground, all right? My ancestors and my family came in and we did too damn much to build this shit up, okay? So F your feelings, all right? And I was just sitting here like, oh, did you really have to read your daughter like that? that? This is how we're starting off, okay? I said, family drama. Meanwhile, Raymond goes out there to the basketball court to go see Quincy, and he was like, I want to spend more time with you this summer. And he was like, okay, cool. So it's this societal thing that he has to go to for the men. And he wants Quincy to come there, okay, and see what it's all about. Baby, all I kept on thinking about when I was looking at them do their little induction ceremony or whatever, Illuminati. But I said, oh, Freemasons. Okay, now let me stop. Let me stop. Because it is so interesting when I see stuff like this. I said, we really go through stuff like this. It is fascinating to see how other parts of people live in the things that they go through and the traditions that they have. I find that so interesting or whatever. So, meanwhile, Josephine comes over there talking to Angela and her aunt, and talking about what is going to be required to get into this society called the Graceties or whatever, this women's society group called the Graceties, and she's going to nominate her, and of course you're going to get a little shady looks or whatever, but I'm gonna ease you up in there. While they in there talking, there's a knock on the door, and Angela goes to the door. There's nobody there, but it's a box, and it's some Louis Vuitton shoes, some red bottoms, okay? And it's an invitation to a party that's about to happen that night, and it's from Tariq. And I was like, oh, okay, so we going. Meanwhile, they go to the party. Tariq was like, notices that she didn't have her shoes on, right? Okay, she said, I can buy my own shoes, okay? And I was like, oh, he kind of liked that or whatever. And so they get to talking, and he was like, you gonna need a little help trying to get into this place or whatever, telling her about where he grew up. Like, he doesn't vacation out there through the summer like everybody else does. He live a couple of blocks down. His father used to work for a man who helped put him through boarding school and, to the Ivy Leagues and stuff like that, and how he's now the owner of this very successful construction company. All right. And she's telling him about Eden Cove and what her purpose is out there for. And of course, is she like, so what you supposed to be, my fairy god father or something like that? But they're sparking, like the chemistry between them is happening. And at one point, Angela, she kissed him. I said, so we just going around kissing people that we don't know? We just going around kissing people that we don't know already, Angela? Okay, take your lips back. Okay, make him work for that kiss. All right, that's what you gotta do. Meanwhile, Nikki then went out to the party that Taylor then gave her. Okay, and they on a yacht at the boat on the water or whatever. They still in park or whatever, but everybody's having a good time, and they glad that she's there, and well, at least Taylor is. Taylor went up there to Nikki, and you notice that she dropped something up in her bag, okay? Meanwhile, Taylor is over there writing something on the picture, the family pictures, the DuPont family pictures, and she wrote lies in red lipstick. And I was like, what's that about, okay? Meanwhile, they over there drinking and doing whatever it is that they gotta do on this party. And I said, what y'all parents at? Y'all parents know that y'all out here? So this is what money does. Y'all can just do anything that y'all want to do, huh? And not get in trouble for underage drinking and all that, huh? Okay, cool. Meanwhile, at this party, all of a sudden we hear Lauren call out, and she was like, oh my God, Taylor. Lauren is looking over the boat, and then Nikki comes over there, and she's like, oh my God, what's going on? So they had to call 911 because Taylor had went over the boat, okay? Of course she survived, thank God, but I guess she was drunk, okay? Drunk and in her feelings and all of this stuff. And of course the parents got up there, and the cops want to, talk to both the girls, because Nikki wound up saying that, she saw Lauren was the last person that was talking to Taylor. And of course, both of the moms was like, no, we're not finna let you take them to the police station. They didn't do nothing. So we're not finna do that. Okay. And then somebody implied that Nikki was drinking. That little girl, Lauren, she gonna get hurt. Okay. Mind you, let me just tell you something. The girl that played Lauren, she also played in Empire. what's that girl Peaches or whatever that was in jail, her daughter, okay, who was messing around with Hakeem. And by the time the show ended, she got on my goddamn nerves. Baby, you already getting on my nerves and I already want to fight you, okay? And it shouldn't be that way. You little stuck up brat, all right? That's what it was, okay? She got secrets in her and it's eating away at her, okay? And so therefore we got a new girl in town. Let me pin it all on her. Gonna say that girl was up there drinking and smoking and doing all this stuff. So of course Angela is pissed off at it, you know, and telling her that you grounded because, you know, she had a little history with the stuff. I said, girl, you was smoking weed too? I said, well, weed is okay. Weed is okay. But you young, so I get why your mama mad. So you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Angela, the next day, is finally at this meeting. You know what I'm saying? At the Gracities, okay? And Raymond's mama, who is the head at this point, she's stepping down. And I guess Lisa is supposed to be the one that's gonna, or I should say Leah. That's her name. I've been calling her Lisa this whole time. Leah. Leah is the one that's supposed to be taking over, okay? Because her mother also used to be president of the Gracities as well. And you got different people who are actually in the group who are going to nominate different women. And of course, Josephine, she's nominating Angela, and they looking at her like, oh, who is her? Who was her? So Angela get up and was like, my name is Angela, and you know, my family used to vacation out here too, or whatever. My mama used to be out here, or whatever. And you know, we got this little, I'm a businesswoman, she was a businesswoman, I got this eating hair care cove line and all that stuff. And they was like, okay, cool. And she was just giving her fever. So they already got tension from what happened the night before with their children. So she's giving her a little bit of fever. Now they supposed to have like this fashion show or something that's supposed to happen. And it was like, anybody want to, you know, help out with the styling and everything right off the bat, you know, because this is Angela's territory, hair and, you know, dress and all of that stuff. So she automatically jumped up and she said, I'll help. And she looked at her and she looked over her and then said, hey, you, Miss So-and-so, why don't you do the styling or whatever? And Angela, you can help with like beverages and food or whatever. So you're just going to put me on food duty and shit? Well, we all need to help out some way, somehow. I said, oh no, you got her serving. Meanwhile, Raymond's mama had a conversation with Leah, basically telling her, get that bitch out of here, okay? Do whatever you gotta do because you gotta know that her family has been trouble for years. And I said, oh, you already know, okay? Because we saw this flashback of when Angela was younger and she was waiting for her daddy to come up and her mama was doing her hair, whatever, making her own hair care elixir or whatever for her hair. And she was waiting for her father to come up and she's never met him, okay? And then we see in this flashback that the father do come up and his name is Teddy. Okay. And I was like, oh, that's your daddy. That's your daddy, girl. She didn't know it then. She still didn't know. And it didn't click until the end of the episode for her. All right. And you know, when she was younger, he came over there bribing the mama, okay, to keep quiet and didn't even want to see the girl, okay? And at this point, she running out the house like, oh my God, daddy, what's going on? She don't know who he is. She can't see his face. All she sees is him from behind. And so at this point, you know, it's like, what secrets do you know, okay? Because mama gotta know. The wife has to know at this point if you trying to get her out of there, all right? And so when the event comes, Angela is put in a position where she actually has to step up and do the styling because the person that was supposed to do it, she's not there, okay? She dropped the ball, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Leah is, you know, she still got her nose turned up, but Angela is slaying the hair. And that is one thing that I loved about this show right now, this first episode, especially doing this whole thing, you know, they're not so bent on this natural, well, not natural, relaxed hair look all the time or whatever. The fashion show literally displayed natural hair, okay? Different styles of natural hair. And Angela did her thing, okay? But before the show, Miss Nikki, you know, she was in her room since she was grounded, okay? She wound up finding that whatever it was that Taylor had put in her bag when they was on that boat. Come to find out it was a phone. Okay, so she turned the phone on. I said, obviously she wanted her to find this because it wasn't password protected. That's the first thing that I noticed, okay? So she looking at it and what was on it? The first thing that she see is this video. Taylor is laying on the bed and Lauren is on top of her. Lauren is the one that's recording this, and it was like, your mama always thinking that I'm the bad influence when actually it's you. Come on, you ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta be all like that. And they kissing or whatever. And I was just like, I knew it. I knew it. I didn't see it coming, but I knew it about old girl. I knew it about Taylor. Okay. I said, ooh, oh, cause we can't have a gay up in society, huh? We can't have a gay up in this family, huh? Is that what it is? Because then after the show, you got Lauren who was in the show, and you got Leah who was in the show too. And she surprised me by letting Angela do her hair. It gave her an afro and she rocked it, okay? But Leah was standing there. I mean, what's her name? Lauren was just going a little crazy. She was, hallucinating, or, having a little panic attack and just having images of what happened with her friend, okay? Her girlfriend, all right? And, at this point, Nikki saw her. Nikki pulled her to the side and she was like, girl, what's going on? It's okay. If you need somebody to talk to, just talk to me. Okay, I just need you to see this. And she was like, what are you talking about? So she showed her the video. And she was like, I guess Taylor gave it to me. And you don't need to just keep quiet about this. Like, be who you are or whatever. That's what you need to do. She's like, what you want me to do? Just shout my pronouns and all this stuff? I can't do that. Not here. And then, people are just looking and seeing what's going on because she's a little loud. Okay. And then so Leah comes through and she was like, what's going on? She was like, this girl, she's up here threatening me. I said, bitch, what? And at this moment, this is when I really was ready to fight. Okay. This is when I had it up to here already. I said, see, what we not going to do, we not going to play this game. We not going to put it all on this girl just because you can't come out to your mom and your dad. Okay. That's what we not going to do. And I said, Nikki, leave these bitches alone. Okay. Quit trying to get into with them. Quit trying to help or whatever. Fuck them, okay, because they doing the absolute most. And at this point, of course, Angela had to come through and was like, listen, girl, what's going on? And she was like, your daughter up here, what is with you? Okay, you and your daughter is up here starting trouble. Y'all ain't nothing but trash or whatever, because you up here lying. And she was like, girl, what you talking about? Girl, you talking about your mama was such a businesswoman or whatever. Your mama was a maid out here. That's what she was. Okay. Angela was like, and you're right. She was a maid. So the fuck what? You ain't vacation out here. Your mama worked out here. And your point of it is you think I'm ashamed of that? Okay, but also did you not try to lie and did not put out there that your mama got arrested for distribution? I said, wait a goddamn minute, Leah. You just did that. And I just didn't like it, okay? I said, see, bitch, now we got to fight. Now I got a problem for you, okay? You got Angela sitting there looking stupid because she ain't know nothing about this. Meanwhile, Raymond mama, she's sitting there like this. Because she told her, do what you got to do to get her out of here. And I said, I bet you she the one that gave her the information. I said, what? Distribution, and show her the mugshot. I said, oh my goodness, so you just gonna embarrass me right here in front of all these people like this? And that's exactly what Angela said. And I said, oh, she said so much for trying to empower and be about black women, okay? Meanwhile, at this point, she gotta go home and she trying to figure out what's this all about, okay? And it's all coming back to her now, okay? It's all coming back to her as the reason why this girl is coming hard at her the way that she coming hard. Meanwhile, before we get to that, Leah go over there to her daddy and basically tell his ass, I got a whole bunch of shit on you and you gonna retire and you gonna put me in, I'm taking over, and that's what it's gonna be. He was like, okay, you think you won, but trust and believe. It ain't over yet. So I'm going to let you have this one for right now. And I'm going to let you think that you did something. But you truly didn't. Okay. So Angela, she going through a whole bunch of stuff that she got from her mama and her old stuff. And it was a tape. All right. And they found out that she was arrested. And it was a video of her in the interrogation room, and Teddy was there and he turned it off. She was like, Teddy, tell him that I didn't do anything. What is going on? Okay. And it turned off real quick. All right. And it was like, oh my God, what is it that my mama had on that man? Okay. What is it? So this is what we have to uncover. This is what we have to uncover. And that's the reason why she was out there and she got arrested or whatever, because Teddy set her ass up. Teddy set her ass up, or the mama set her ass up. One of the two. Okay. And at this point, you know, she trying to figure all this out. She was like, Teddy, my father. I just put that shit together. Cause then we see the flashback, and we see that she actually went outside when she was a little girl when he came over there, and she was crying like, Diddy, what's going on? Why you leaving? You know? And we never get to truly see his face, okay? But then we see you know, Leah up there talking to her husband or whatever, and then she get notified that Angela had came over there to the house and she needs to get her wig. And she was like, yeah, I wanted to get my wig or whatever. She was like, listen, I didn't want to have to do that to you, but you got to understand how shit works. She was like, oh yeah, I see how things work now. Okay, it's all to the good or whatever, you know. And just let me know, I'm here. Okay, I see you for who you are. And yeah, I ain't going nowhere though. You ain't finna get rid of me that easily. And I was like, girl, did you really have to come over there to get that wig? You could have had that bitch FedEx it to her. And truth be told, I'm surprised she ain't throw that shit in the garbage can, because she just that of an asshole. Okay, Leah. Meanwhile, at this point, after they had their little square up, like, I see you, okay? You know what I'm saying? You're not finna get rid of me that easily. Miss Angela, she goes back to the flashback, and something that she said made Leah look like, okay, something going on. And in that flashback, when Teddy came over there to see her mama, Leo's ass was in the goddamn car asking, Daddy, who's that girl? I said, oh, bitch. And he gonna say, nobody that you need to know of. I said, oh, no, so this what we doing? This what we doing? Oh, okay, Teddy. Okay, Teddy. Meanwhile, Angela's sitting there, and she got that wig, and what did she do? What did she do? She opened up the wig and she looked in there, and she got a strand of her freaking real hair, Liz, okay? DNA test, okay? I said, I know that's right. We about to have a paternity test right here, right now. We family, bitch, okay? And I'm finna fuck y'all world up. I said, listen, I'm all the way here for it. Our kind of people. I love the first episode. I am invested. I am intrigued. I hope it's good throughout the whole season. And truth be told, Lee Daniel is the one that's doing this show, and the author is also a part of the show, author of the book. Listen, Lee Daniel does good shows. Okay, we liked Empire in the beginning, and we love Star all the way through. So hey, it is what it is. I'm all the way here for it. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this first episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.